Alright, guys and gals, cats and kittens, we are now officially live. I forgot to hit my OBS button. What a schmuck. Make sure all my levels are alright. I did not know they were. Alright, I'm gonna stop being the trendy guy here. Alright, so this might be a little bit shorter in terms of the stream and everything. But, because, like, what I was going to do, I was going to actually do some artwork here, and a bunch of covfefe is trying to happen, so, with my computer, like, Windows 10 hates all printers that are not, like, Windows 10 printers, you know, or this came out, like, last year or something like that, and it's really frustrating. So, I might just find myself an old machine, like a old machine somewhere, and just stick my printer stuff in that one and just let it go to town, because this is absurd. It's absurd what Windows 10 does with this stuff. I knew I shouldn't have gotten the quote-unquote upgrade, because I knew that there's like, why do you want me to upgrade so badly? So we can see me advertisements and so we can make more money. It's like, oh, they're being so nice. No, they're not. There's a reason why. Reason. So anyway, aside from that agitation, welcome everybody. All right. So I wanted to work on this scene right here. We go to the department store. There's an incident where you can talk to this mother clunucker right here, and he will take you away to be questioned, or questioned, depending where you're from. And want you to be taken to the back, and we'll have some fun with this. How about that? So, new load. Right, so now we have the interrogation room, or room. And what we're going to do is we're going to take like a bunch of illustrations and things like that, and then we're just going to stick it in this area like I did with the driving scene, and that'll be that. So that means I need to make like some more assets for when he's kind of sitting here doing nothing, and create that scene so that it will look all good and pretty and authentic and stuff like that. But anyway, so what we'll do is we will add or show a picture. We'll have it be show a picture. We'll say it's 27. Bam. And depending on what actor you have, I'll put that in later on. I'll put this interrogation. Bam. Oh yeah, forget this. Shared with my stuff. Hashtag game dev. Shazam. Okay. Now, so we're going to just go in here. I imagine I'll just use some kind of placeholder or whatever. Doesn't really matter. But I'll just, actually, I won't even worry about the placeholder right now. Well, I will because I need to know, you know, proper placement. So let's go ahead and put that in there for right now. That should be in the corner right here. Did I show the exact same room? Okay, good. So we're gonna have this auto start here. And okay, that's what I'm looking at right here. Negro sense. I need to replace all these also, so I'm not looking at that. There is all the new ones should be added down here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, where the heck is my sound?
Yes, Mr. Bossman.
Is this from the right file? Yeah, that's the right file. Where's my sound then? I had a sound here, people. Yeah, see, I had a sound where I customized it, and oh, so it's net? Okay, whatever. I'm okay. But it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be the Negro sense. It sounds like this.
Negro sense tingles.
Oh my god.
Negro
Okay.
sense tingles.
There we go. Okay, so that's a few questions trying to get to the bottom. Fine. Label B. Label B. Where's label B at? Label B. There. We'll go to label B. And then we'll have you be transported where your character model is changed. And we're going to fade out to black, or African American, and fade out to transfer this character or yourself to the interrogation room. Should be right there. Right. Then we will a little bit loud. And then we will phase you back in. Fade in. Okay, so all that'll happen when I go there. Now we have this set up right here. Oh yes, we need to erase a bunch of stuff, so we need to erase I know it's not actually that, but leave me alone right now. I think it is 7. Huh. Oh, and that's Blackpool. Never mind. Okay, so 7 and 8 is what I need to release. So I don't have a background pop up where I don't want it at. Let's store this right here. Is what we'll do. Bam. Okay. I might have this only be a hoodie and casual dress. I might only have it be a hoodie event. We'll see how I feel about it. Okay. But I know for certain this is one in the hoodie section. That spell Aaron? Yep. Okay. See, with this you can draw the name from your register. So name slot number 1, and that's what I would draw from. I forgot to do that for a little bit, so sometimes his name is still like Aaron or Aaron or Ern. What's this all about? More likely we'll change the script of it later on, but right now I'm just kind of working with it. Give a different graphic. We won't have a different graphic, but I'll just try to give like a give him a white thing, a white shirt instead of a blue one. As a matter of fact, instead of me having to go all the way back and do a bunch of bull crap, Why not? Set myself up here to win. Oh, whoops. Faces. Security. Bam. Okay. Okay, so security. They move in. Wait, can security even do this? Let's see. So you do that option, or how about? This is a great question. Can security even do this? What do you need to know? Or yeah, I think that's all that needs to happen on this one right here for now. Oh, whoops. Let's not do that every time. Let's be smarter. Okay. But oh, whoops. This will go to show choices. None, cancel, oops, disallow. I got a chime on the other line. Stretch Guy 97 has appeared. Some really nice looking work, dude. I think it's kind of cool that in Watch Me Work, they have a group chat or a group stream thing. I think that's really, really cool. I love the fact that because that way exposes people to different kinds of creators or whatever. You know, I think that's a pretty stellar idea, really. So this is one reason why I like Watch Me Work or Watch Me Twerk, whichever you prefer to say. Tomato, tomato. Okay. Wait. No. Just looks like it, and I don't know what the doing. Oh, awesome. Okay. Really don't think it's not some this is profiling. I don't want, I'll probably get rid of that, but I just wanted to entertain myself for a second. Anyway. Oh, I just had a great idea. I had a great idea. instead of it being like an actual case of profiling, it's gonna be like a candid camera kind of show. And you'll get a prize. You'll get a prize for the secret ending for it. It'll be great. Oh man. Oh, I have even, I have even a better idea. I won't be able to do it all tonight, but I have a wonderful idea. Let's see here. I think that's what it's called, the circle game, right? Well, never mind. I don't have. Basically, what I want to do is that I want to be like, where's the footage? Yeah, like I want to be like, where's the footage? You know, so you respond, where's the footage? And then you show the footage, and the footage is just like the circle from the circle game. So, and then that's like the hit camera show, or then like you win a prize or something like that. I don't know. So this is just completely ridiculous. Disallow. Let's say run. Let's see here. I was looking at my $5. I was looking for my $5. Okay, we'll have to label this as A. Jump to label A. Jump to label A. Wish I could put emojis right here. in my day. Like, I really don't know sometimes what the kids are saying these days. That makes me feel old. But then again, I don't mind being old now. Or older. It's like, well, that means I was less ignorant about a lot of things than I was now, and that's only done nothing but benefit me in my life and the people around me. So, oh well. never really seen the bad side of being considered to be older. Like, you just see so much more than you used to. It's a real transition, you know. Like, when you look at 30, you know what I'm saying? You never think that 30 is going to get here. And then it's like there. It's like, oh my god, I'm 30. I'll be 36 this year. Golly. Just like a few years away from being 40 years old. Like, it's the most vexing thing to kind of begin to climb up the ladder of age. You're like, man, 36 this year. And then there's a panic button that you can hit and be like, oh my god, I haven't done anything with my life or whatever, you know. And it's just like, man, like, I understand, like, when people talk about midlife crises and stuff, like, I get it. I totally get it. You know, because you can look up and be like, oh my god, what have I done with my life? And it's like, sometimes there's just like nothing. You're like, oh my god, I've done nothing with my life. And then after that, you just do anything, you know. And a lot of times it's not thorough or thought-provoking or smart. It's just like, let's just jump off a building. It's like, no, don't do that. Question D's. You can always run. I did not stand. I told you, like I said. Lord told me, don't jump in yet. I do not have Big Connect. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I don't know. I don't think it was Big Connect and what we did. And like, even if I did, like, it was like the guy gave me like a few coins and that was it. Yeah, like the markets, because like, and that's kind of like the volatility of it, is that's why I was freaking out. I was like, or not me freaking out, but I was like, people are going to, you're fine, Stan. People jumping into it just now, gonna lose their whole shirt. And I already know that little story right there when it broke the news did not help the value of Bitcoin whatsoever. It's gone down 45% or something, or 35 or 45% since December or something crazy like that. Like, it took a big hit. I like the fact that she put in the word jive. Oh man. Of course, Stan, I think you're old enough to have spoken jive at one point in time in your life. I just would love to see little Stan calling people jive suckers or something like that. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. And it will recover. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on basically buying it back up when it just drops like a rock. Then jumping into it then. That way I can get more Bitcoin for my dollars. So that's what I'm banking on, because in the words of Dr. Malcolm from Jurassic Park, life finds a way to F stuff up. So once it F's it up for a little while, then I'll jump onto it. I have a couple of buddies of mine actually. They're really big into it, so shout out to L Wiggles, aka Lamar Wilson, Leif Taylor, doing things. So you can question these. What in the world? Indigo. Look at that. It says indigo right here. I wonder why that is. Credit cards are the devil anyway. That's your negative money account. And your credit score is the negative money value score. That's the That's crazy though, dude. Like that's your credit card got canceled because of that. That's, yeah, dude. It's just the Wild West right now, man. Like, there's volatility that I don't mind, and then there's volatility that I do mind. And then when I prayed about it and I looked at it, I was like, not yet. Not yet. See, that was my other thing too. Everyone was having this fantasy of, man, cryptocurrencies are going to go over the government's head and the bank's head and everything, and it's kind of like the guy who talks about kung fu rather than actually doing kung fu, right? So it's like, see, what I do is I come to the guy, you know what I'm saying, and I stick it behind him, you know what I'm saying, and then I chop him in the neck, and then he would fall down and everything. I'm like, but what's the other guy doing when you're doing all these kung fu moves to him, right? It's the same way. It's like, what's the government gonna be doing and the bank's gonna be doing, you know, with all this stuff that you say is just going to usurp the bank and the government and things like that, you know? Like, what do you think the government's gonna do or the bank's gonna do? Like, of course they're gonna sabotage this thing. I was like, do you think they're just gonna stand by and let you all just lose them the control over, like, planet Earth? Have you lost your mind? way. Ain't no way they're just gonna sit back and let it happen. And unless these guys and gals have a very good plan, a very good strategy, rather than just increasing the value of Bitcoin and everything, you know, just increasing that value, or you know, putting it, or this certain market saying that we accept Bitcoin, unless guys have an actual plan to essentially like usurp the banks and the government, I'm pretty sure they're gonna retaliate so they can make sure that they have and maintain control, as they always have and likely always will. Now, that's not a pessimistic kind of thing, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's a problem with the whole thing, and that somebody needs to solve it so they can get paid in full. So and then I have no qualms about the not qualms, but I have no qualms about crypto being courageous. I think I think crypto is great. I think it's courageous. I love the idea of it. I really truly do. I love the idea of what that is. I just know that the government's not going to sit by and let this happen. That was the two things that I had in my head. Like, I think it was I forgot who it was. It was like one of the guys who actually, you know, has invested a lot of time and effort. Like one of the big crypto guys that like started it back in the day, or made it an enterprise. I forgot how to really say that, because the Japanese guy started it, I know that. But he was going about all these, you know, all things that cryptocurrencies could do and everything, you know. And I was listening to the guy, so I was trying to find more information about cryptocurrencies. So I was really, you know, looking at what people were saying and looking at my own research and looking at the counter arguments and the arguments for it, against it, all that stuff. And the people who were saying, you know, they were for it, you know, it all sounded great, but I was kind of like, I don't think that the banks or the government are going to let that happen. Just let it happen, you know what I'm saying? You have to outsmart them, you have to outwit them. You have to put up some kind of regulation within yourselves in order to actually, you know, outpace and outwit the government. Now, the government's more resourceful, but it's run poorly. Government can't do squat, you know what I'm saying? It's just a really dumb system. Most of the time when the government does a program, they do it at the lowest point of quality. Banks, on the other hand, are a different story. But the fact that the two kind of work in cahoots, it's kind of like how, you know, the IRS, you know, has this title has this title that, you know, that it's a federal building, you know what I'm saying? The Federal Reserve, you know what I'm saying? It's not a Federal Reserve. It's actually like a privately owned bank, and you have to call it federal because they're in cahoots with the government. So, like, the two of them working together, that's a tough thing. That's a extraordinarily tough thing. So that's why I'm like, nah. Yeah. So Stan, truly, I do mean this. I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. I hope crypto does win. I want that thing to win. I really do. I think it'd be extraordinary for it to win. I think all that stuff would be completely amazing. You know, but you're up against some multiple extraordinarily powerful entities that can sabotage. Like the banks alone can collapse, you know what I'm saying, an entire economy. So people who understand even the banks, you know what I'm saying, can collapse an entire economy. They start war, they do all kinds of crazy stuff. And you're going up against those guys, you're going to think. You're going to really, really think. Yep, you better get the Caesar. It's non-taxable. It's like, okay. Sketch is funny. I like him. Let's see. I'm about to run out of time here. But I want crypto to win. Because I look at it as, you know, ministry, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it as, like, I can give it to somebody overseas, you know, and without the regulation of the banks and this, that, and the third and everything, you know, like, cryptocurrency is this new economy that I think that the church especially can really, really do some really amazing and interesting things with it. It's just, yeah, like I said, I won't repeat myself over again. You're up against some extraordinarily powerful forces that does not want to see that thing happen. So, and people in office and government offices, you know, can look at it as them being moral, right? So, like, they can look at it as, you know, people are mortgaging their houses for cryptocurrency, you know, and we gotta put a stop to this. So we're doing the quote-unquote moral thing to do, was to put them or crypto, you know what I'm saying, to the most negative light possible, simply to quote unquote save people. They can disguise it as that, or somebody might actually even believe that too. And they can even make the argument saying that, you know, because, you know, this crypto stuff is not backed by anything, then I'd make us making a moral choice to kill it. Something behind it's not regulated. There's nothing. Once you have a hard drive where you've been mining for cryptocurrency and everything, and that hard drive goes out, all your money is gone. It's gone. You know, so there's all these arguments to be made for for the government to kill it and say it's protecting you. You know what I'm saying? I see otherwise, obviously, because I like stuff like this, where you can get out of the control of the government. Like, even our church is not going to be a 501c3. It'll be that way for a little while, but it won't be that way forever. Because, you know, if the government wanted to shut down a 501c3 for whatever reason, it can do that. Now, it never does, but it doesn't mean that it won't. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm kind of like, you know, my pastor, he's kind of like, no. He does not like the government in anything. So but that's why I like the idea of it, man. Really, really great. It's gonna take a long time for that to happen, though, and very smart people to learn how to bypass these things. Like cryptocurrency almost needs like a Trojan horse in order to actually get inside the door and make it look like, you know, it's in cooperation with the government and the IRS and all that type of stuff. It's going to need to look that way, and then at the same time too, at the dead of night, you know, it needs to like basically cut everybody up, you know, when they're not looking. That's the sort of thing that actually needs to happen in order for crypto to actually, you know, succeed in the way that people want it to succeed. Because people are going to be dropping this thing like left and right. You know, it's just going to lose a whole lot of value, but it'll come back. It'll just come back smarter. So as long as it's continuing to learn and anticipate what the banks and the government is going to do, it will succeed, which is why I'm going to invest in it eventually. It's just not right now. Actually, now, depending on how far it drops, now may be a great time to buy it up. Actually, think of it this way, Stan. If Jesus gave to Caesar, that should let you know something right there. He's like, man, I don't need Caesar after me too. I don't need the government after me too. Or the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they're enough to deal with right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to deal with them too. So it's like, So yeah, I'll be dealing with the government later on. What did he do? Crucify him. Yeah. What did he do? Crucify. Well, I'm done with this. Go ahead and wash my hands of this. Y'all have at it. Man, could you imagine? Doing something like that for a group of people who want you to be killed because it's popular, for protection of ego, for vanity, to keep up with appearances, so you can look good in front of the Pharisees and the religious leaders, so you can look good and posture up and say that we're with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Turn the brain off and just going with the flow. Could you imagine dying for people like that? Jesus, thank you. I'll go straight into worship right now. All right, I'm going to answer these 2 questions. We want you to look footage. Not you. Label B. Okay. So this scene will look like Aaron is getting profiled, interrogated, and everything, and it'll just actually be a prank. So just to mess with him. But you can be able to get into some real trouble that way too. So yeah. I'm looking forward to people walking into this little scenario right here. It's gonna be great. So excited. So we'll save that scene right there, and I think that'll do it for today. So I was gonna do some artwork, but my printer, like I said, my printer's not wanting to scan right now with old software, with new software. I need to find myself like a Windows 7. Yeah, a Windows 7 machine, because this thing's ridiculous. I just want to connect to my doggone printers. 'Cause I have nice printers. I just want to just connect to my printers and just All right, guys, that's my time. Stan, so good to see you. Making sure you're still alive. Hopefully you'll find some cheaper Bitcoin somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you will, all things considered. So, keep at it, dude, and I'm glad that you're on that gravy boat, making money from it. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, that makes me happy, legit. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm gonna make sure that Stretch Guy is a-okay. Stretch Guy's doing just fine. Woo! Okay, I'll stop. Go hard or go. Okay, there's that. Alright, guys, love y'all very much. You can find out more ways to support me and view the things in the links in the description below. God bless, take care, and bye-bye!